Knock, knock, knock. You barely finish putting your clothes away in your dresser when you hear the knocking at your door. Wondering who could be calling on you so soon, you cross the small room over the door and open it hesitantly. Yes, you say? A bright smile greets your nervous question. Hi, says the woman as her hand shakes out to grab yours in a firm shake. I'm Owen Sung. I'm your mentor. Seeing the confused look you give her, she continues with, and I'm guessing no one told you I was coming, did they? You shake your head. There was the thing in the letter, but it didn't give you much information. She smiles politely. I remember what it was like. Day before classes, barely settled in your room, no idea what's in store. Let me tell you, it's better that way. People who come here full of stories about how things should be don't have the easiest of times. They're the ones who get stuck in detention the first day. Detention on the first day? How does that happen? Still nervous, you find it difficult to talk. Owen's polite smile turns into a gentle one. Come on, I'll explain as we walk, pulling you out the door. Owen closes it behind you and leads you out of the villa dormitories and into fresh air. As she walks, she keeps up a steady patter that is as soothing as it is informative. Like I said, my name's Owen, and before you can ask, yes, I'm from Seon, and before you can ask, let me say that yes, we know just how important magic is to our survival, and no, I don't plan on taking what I've learned and going back to spend my life there. Growing up in a city that needs to be under a bubble of air just to protect it from the volcano isn't as interesting as people think it is. But yes, you do learn an awful lot about magic from an early age. She looks over and smiles at you. But now you can tell your friends that you've met someone from Seon. I'll bet you none of them have. You smile awkwardly, reminding Owen of why she's there. Right, you've barely had time to unpack, let alone make friends. Don't worry, you'll get there. Turning, she directs you to a worn, pebble-lined path and sets up beside you as you start down the path. You've obviously curious about things, or you wouldn't be here, so that's a start. Everything you need to start with is right in here anyway, as she's tapping your head lightly with her finger. After all, you must have decent study habits to have come this far. Your social skills must have been good enough to pass the interview. And since the Academagia doesn't accept total wimps, your schoolyard education couldn't be too bad off, now could it? Education? She must be talking about the time in the yard when your supposed friend, but how did she know about that? Your confused look gives your thoughts away, and I'm sorry, she says. I don't even explain what I'm doing here. Okay, here's the quick version. Each incoming first year is assigned an older student as a mentor, someone to help guide them during their first year at the Academagia. As tradition dictates, the mentor, me, greets the first year, you, on juv- juvenile, yeah, sure. Appropriate, is it not? You're like my new apprentice. Don't worry though, I won't treat you like one. She gives a little laugh. Anyway, it seems there was a little mix-up in the registrar's office this year, though, because they took in 3 last-minute additions and ran out of mentors. The legate. I'm gonna do something I'm not very proud of. This is a word that you only read, but you never really think about in your head. At least for me. Is there really no speak it out loud? Hold on. Oh. Leggett? Really? It's just like that. Alright, fuck it. Leggett. I expected that to be a little different. Something more French. Leggett Orsi. This is the very much guy who takes care of the whole fucking school. Principal. I don't know. Yeah, I guess principal is probably the right term for me anyway. Asked around for the best mentor from last year, and my name popped up enough that he asked me personally to draw a name from a hat and mentor that student. Her smile crinkled the corners of her eyes, and when the legate, legate, I already forgot, legate asked you personally to do him a favor, you don't really say no, do you? Still, some first years don't want to be hassled by someone older than them, so you have a choice to make. Do you want to have me as a mentor, or should I just let you go back to your room? We're gonna take her as a mentor because after doing the tutorial adventure, she has a venture of her own that you can do, and I did poorly on it the first time I did it, so I want to try doing it correctly this time. Owen nods. I figured as much, but it never hurts to ask. Come on, let's head over to the Great Hall and we'll talk about a few things. So this is going to be 33 pages long, so I'm going to skim the fuck out of this. And if you want to pause and read it yourself, go ahead. If not, I'm going to skim it and just read out what I think might be important. White marble. Several gnomes realize they're students like you. Dumbass. Yeah, look, I took my bread on the first time. So the Great Hall will actually be a place we can go to and do certain actions. Okay, I'm gonna go over this part. I don't know how it was at your last school or even if you went to any schools before this, but here at the Academagia, there are two kinds of reprimands: academic and conduct. Most people only get academic reprimands if they stink at a class during the midterm exams. Professors don't like failing students, but they won't pass someone who just because of their family connections. Well, they usually don't pass because, yeah, money talks, we know. So I'm sure it'll happen again. Still, if you don't have good connections and stink up a class, you'll get assigned to a hall session, which takes up the first day of your weekend. So make sure you don't neglect your studies for your fun. The second kind of reprimand is a conduct reprimand. Owen tosses a smile over her shoulders and laughs. Everyone gets at least one of these during a year. She's not fucking kidding. So don't panic when you get hit with your first one. Lots of things can get you a conduct reprimand here. Things like being in the wrong place and getting caught, being on the wrong side of professor's tamper, royally stinking up an answer in class, lots of other things, really. I think it's fair to say that the easiest way to get in trouble is just being somewhere you haven't been invited. Basically, almost anywhere you go. If you don't have official visitation rights, you have a chance of being discovered by someone who worry about what a kid your age alone is up to, even in a lot of shops. Unfortunately, and who file a complaint with the school or with the guards or with both. I don't mean to make you panic. Usually the odds are really low, like 4 or 5 in 100, but if you're seen carrying a flaming sword and giggling like a maniac, the odds can go way up. Don't ask me, I know that, blah blah. Okay, so this kind of goes into. There we go. There are three grades you took on with detention. The first is a caution, which isn't too bad really. You get 3 of these a month before moving up to the second grade, which is a review. You get 2 reviews a month before you get in real trouble, which is the third grade. You don't want to deal with the discipline. You expect to spend a lot of time in detention. It's not all bad, really, but the stuff that comes with the discipline isn't worth the hassle, believe me. I never got detention in real life. No, I got detention once in real life. I went to a Christian school, and if you got a D or an F on a test, you had to get uh, your parent to sign a slip. So I got like 2 D's in like a science class and an English test. And just the merit system that was implemented in the school. Missing 2 of those got me a detention. You had to pay the fucking teacher like $3 to do your detention. It was kind of stupid. Before you, we are 18 of 33. Midterms, we'll get a fair warning. I'm not too worried about that. I can just study on my weekends and still get to do some fun stuff later on. And then there will be finals at the end of the year. I kind of explained this already, but your top 3 sub skills will determine your skill in your main skill in that subject. Oh, right, there's emotions in this game, so you can actually feel sad or happy, and that's actually going to determine some things. Oh, right, and then there's these flowers. There's a merit system. If we do good, we earn merits, and if our flower reaches a certain point before all the other flowers, we'll get a special award. Da, 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 da. Probably not going to focus too much on that, but we'll see. It really depends how our classmates. If they do it a lot, I'll probably help out as well. But if they don't, there's no really point because some other school will get way ahead in that. Something from Professor. Pims, that's the currency in this game. When she. Okay. So now it's time I got to know a bit more about you. What would you say your best strength is? The thing that really makes you deserve to be here at the finest school in all of Illumia. I've always been pretty lucky. And that, from the thing I got to the side over here, should give me a +1 in pure luck. Owen nods her head as you tell her your strength. I thought as much, she says. My advice is to train to your strengths, at least for the first few weeks. Don't neglect your studies, of course, but focusing on your strengths for a little bit might pay off big for the next time we meet. Next time, you say? Of course, mentors don't just do one thing and disappear. Tell you what, let's plan on meeting again. When you feel ready, you can fill me in on how things are going then, and maybe we can see about answering a few questions. Anytime you want to meet, you can look me up with the venture action. The venture, yeah. Request a meeting with your mentor. And that is the end of that. Alright, let's see how today went. Okay, so I increased my running to 3. That's pretty good for now. there's a bunch of these like things in this game, poems, um, people, and all that other stuff. Uh, just a lot of background in this game that you can find by just playing and unlocking. Uh, just in case anyone wants to read that, I might have went through that a bit too fast, but sorry. I've also increased my relationship by saying my astrology skill with a Tabin Ferenczi. He is a Iran student. I think my rival college is Gold, something like Goldine or something like that. I don't want to be friends with those people. But yeah, that's Tabin is very quiet. You mostly notice him sitting somewhere in a corner, not making any noise, but staring very keenly. You've seen people blast him with negation spells, thinking he must be muted or frozen in place. Maybe he just doesn't have much to say. But you've noticed that when Tabin does speak, he is never ever wrong. That might be someone we want to be friends with. And actually, we have a list of everyone here, from teachers to students. Actually, let's see if I can find the head of my house. What was your name? Yeah, this is the head of my college, Avila. She, yeah, she teaches astrology apparently. As a heavily outspoken advocate for the female students in the university, it wasn't difficult to choose Kate as the regent of Avila. None of the other professors in the school were able to match her passion for the ideals the college was founded upon. Oh my god! No, no, we must stop this. 4 hours. Postpone. There we go. Uh, were able to match her passion for the ideals the college was founded upon, although the college is no longer females only. Professor Bad Crumble maintains the opinion that it ought to be. There is no better way to safeguard the idea of the perfect lady. After all, the female students in the school dote on her, particularly because she in turn dotes on them. Male students do not fare as well. In particular, Professor Bad Crumble seeks to impose on them her particular idea of gentlemanly conduct, which is often the butt of many jokes in other colleges. This can be the science of astrology and and finally we leveled up my pure luck skill, sub skill, which is a part of the raid skill. Yeah. And here, this shows like how many times I need to study to raise that up, or train it, I mean. Parent approval, 0. I decreased my money by 10. Where can I see my money? That was probably all the money I owned. You have increased your, yep. So yeah, this is kind of the way they deal with a bunch of stuff. It pretty much tells me where all my classrooms are. I can go to classrooms to do certain things. Let's see, I can increase skill theory of negation if I spend time in the negation classroom. So, pretty simple stuff. We'll find other places that will increase my negation stuff higher than that, generally. And college merit, Aaron Zan Azah has 12 merits. Durand has 9. Cotina, our rivals, have 3. And we have 0. Wow. Yeah, I'm not going to try for that then. And I don't know what that is. Oh, cool. Okay. Alright, here we go. This is how we... So I have 0 pims now. I'm going to put on these black clothes, which will help do something. It raises my hide skill and my listen skill by 1 point. And we're going to equip my spy glasses. Here we can see our chance of discovery. I don't think these things have... I don't think they're banned items. I'm allowed to wear them on me. But later on there'll be items that the school does not want you to have. I just toss all these letters in my wardrobe because we're not going to need them. If you want to read these letters, I think they're on the wiki. I'll put a link in the description. There's also forbidden magic in this game. One of them's called Mastery, and you can use it to control people. I'm probably not going to touch any of that. Okay, I say I'm going to play to the end of the week. Wow, we're at an hour already. Okay. Yeah, I'll play up to Sunday, and then I'll end this video. So Monday, I'm going to just rest today because I forgot my vitality was not at maximum for some reason. By resting, your vitality and stress will automatically go back to their default settings. So as long as you keep an eye on it, it won't affect you too much. Yeah, this is how days will probably go. Every now and again, you'll get random things will happen as you play. And we still are not going for merit, so yeah, we're definitely not going to worry about that. I kind of wish I could just click on these stuff without having to deal in that menu. My astrology is one, right? Okay, I'm going to train, or no. Cooking's not really going to help me. I don't take that class. Okay, I'm going to go with that. By studying at the library, I get to increase one of my study levels by 1. So we will go with dialect. And I'll also get a random research skill, which will come in handy later on. I should have grabbed an extra bottle of water. So, oh, that's one. Oh, that's actually the dialect teacher. And we increase my filing skill, which is a sub skill of research. See, compete. Oh, we're starting to get people to get us merit. And I can't stay at the library for some time now. It's kind of cool down effect. Sometimes you can get 2 or 3 straight days in the library before that happens, but sometimes that happens. Definitely. My stress isn't high. I don't really want to do that. I'm probably not going to craft anything because that's kind of a headache in this game. Oh man. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna train. That seems to be the smart way. And over here I can also choose where I want to study. Or train, I mean. Some of these will give me boosts in my training. But I'm just gonna stick to my character's room for now. Because that's gonna be a lot of reading, trying to figure out where I should be doing stuff. Oh, by attending classes, sometimes I learn things as well. So, that's always good. Pure luck. Oh, I've learned a spell. The bonus luck. Ooh, okay. Decrease a target's luck by 1, while increasing the caster's luck by the same amount. Oh god. It's kind of a devious spell. We're gonna remember that. Alright. I think we're gonna meet up with our mentor today. So we're gonna click Adventure. And what was it called? Hold on. I remember something wrong. Ew. Okay. Sometimes I get caught up in so many different things I forget I wanna increase. I wanna make sure I get through some of these things. So get out of there. I wanna go to black. Okay, we're gonna hit back. We're gonna hit blackmail. And I need to raise my memorization skill. So let's go. We're gonna train on that. Close raid. I'm gonna try adding background music to this. So hopefully that actually happens. I want to raise that to about 3. Fuck. I mean, it's very possible, so. Okay, I attend negation, geometry, train memorization, and that shouldn't be a problem. Cyrus, okay. I actually need to pay attention to these things a lot because, as you can see, my classmates can do things on their own during the day as well. So the bullies might choose to bully you if you have a poor standing with them. But also, the game has a like friendship kind of thing where you can form groups of friends, and they're called cliques. And not only can you befriend someone to join your clique, someone can befriend you, and you don't have a say to say yes or no. It's a dice roll. So, I once got into with a different character, got into a clique with, and I didn't notice at the time, but the person's being in a certain person's clique raised my charm up by like 2, and I didn't notice at the time, and I was so confused why I was getting a bunch of random things that seemed very based on your charm skill. And I found out apparently I'm best friends with a person I didn't know existed. But you know, that happens in real life sometimes. I don't think that happens in real life. You're deep in the archives when you notice that a book on a nearby shelf is glowing with a warm and golden light. You know that here in the most remote part of a library on the campus of a school of magic, a glowing book could mean anything. What do? You don't know what the light means, but playing with unknown magic is dangerous. Leave the book alone. Fuck no. Astrology, let fate decide. You're pretty sure that your horoscope told you to stay away from any kind of new adventures today. Something like now would be a good day to stay in bed and read non-magical books. You feel like you're missing out on something though. If only your horoscope has had been better. Damn. I honestly should have chose something that would have taught revealed a new skill to me, but I wanted to take that chance. I guess my yeah, I really only did. Oh, my astrology is one, really? Oh, because I'm learning in class, I'm assuming. Actually, yeah. So I should raise my planets up, and that'll give me astrology of 2. Uh-huh. Memorization is now at 2, so we'll do that one more time. Wait, I decreased my courage. Oh, that was probably from the random event.